What's up everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Spin&Go video. Thank you so much for hanging out. Today we're going to be starting at the $15 level. We came off sort of a rough day yesterday, lost 3 in a row, so we have one shot at the 15s. If we win, we move up to the 30s. If we lose, we're down to the 7s. Again, how this series works is basically win 1, move up, lose 2, move down. We lost 1 to end last match, so we only have 1 in the bank right now at the $15 level. If you guys want to play Spin&Gos with me on PokerStars, check out the link down in the description below. 25 cents all the way up to $100. All right. You ready? We've had so much difficulty climbing the ladder beyond the 30s. That's been our resistance level. See if we can make some progress today. We got another min spinner here against Odin, Tzov, Odin, and a Faco Stella. Faco Stella. Faco. We're going to go with Faco. Odin and Faco. Ace-4 diamonds, we're going to call in the small blind. Could also re-raise and fold, could also shove, but I think that's risking a little bit too much. So we have very interesting king-5 deuce with the 5 of diamonds. We have 3 to a straight flush, we still have ace-high, and we have a gut shot. All right, checks around, we see an ace on the turn. Gonna be hard to get paid off by a worse hand twice, so I'm just gonna check again here. Faco's gonna bet as a bluff if they don't have it, and they're gonna bet if they have an ace, which is probably better than ours, so we're just gonna keep the pot small. Checks around, and now we're gonna bet on the river here. 58 chips is pretty unlikely anyone has an ace. So, we're not going to bet too large. Folds. Faco from Brazil. Folds. Okay. We have the early lead, though. The early lead in this Spin&Go. I want to get back to the 30s. There's so much pressure on this Spin&Go match. I feel it, you guys. I definitely feel it. I want to be up in the 30s, the 60s, the hundreds. I don't want to be down in the 7s. Although it is interesting, too, you know, because you get to see some of the differences in plays between the lower stakes and the higher stakes. But it's been a while since we've been back up to 100, so good luck us. Going to just limp in with our queen of diamonds, jack of spades. We get a check, which is cool, and we see a 10-7-7. I like betting. Could even go a little bit smaller here. A lot of good turn cards. Think about it. An ace, a king, a queen, a jack, a 9 are all pretty decent for us. A diamond. Queen, 8, 2 clubs. All right, take it down up to 600 chips. It's a decent spot. Just at 40, all right, we fold. This match is going pretty well so far. Been easy peasy, you know? Just like raise, take it, bet, take it. Faco, 3 bets again to 140. Do we believe him? I don't think we can 4-bet. I definitely don't think we can call, and I don't think we can 4-bet. Although we should adjust in the future if we continue to see that from Faco. So we're back down to 540. We still have the lead, but it's a slim one. Blinds are going up next hand to 15 and 30. We're going to start with a call with our king of spades, 10 of hearts. Very, very interesting here. We have 2 overcards. We have the second nut flush draw 3 ways. I'm going to start with a check. Not going to go crazy yet. Odin is thinking. If Odin bets, we're in tough spots. Do we check raise? We definitely could with our 2 overcards and the second nut flush draw. Or do we, do we just call? Do we fold? That seems like too much. Checks to us now. We could try and get them to fold ace high, which probably is the best play here. I assume that if anyone has a 7, they're going to bet by now. They could check a 4. I assume if they have an overpair, they're going to bet by now. So I think Odin's most likely hand is ace-high here. So we're just going to bet queen of spades on the river. This is obviously pretty good for our hand, so we're going to bet. And not too big. We're trying to get called by a worse hand, which is difficult. I don't think we can fold if they decide to shove. We are going to see the ace of spades a lot, but the price would be too good. We bet, they call, we take it down. What hand did they have? They had ace-5, so they had a straight actually on the turn. Deuce, 3, 4, 5, ace, but no spade, so we're going to take that one. And give us a nice little chip stack here, 831 chips. Again, this is a bubble match. If we win, we're up to the 30s. If we lose, we're down to the 7s. Ace-queen against queen 8. That is a flush draw, and okay, we're going to go heads up against Faco. GG Odin. Me and Faco playing for $30. And the opportunity to make it back up to the 30s. Raise, take it. King of spades, 9 of clubs, get a walk, all right. I'm going to start introducing the limp, and I think this is a good hand to do it with. If they decide to raise, we'll just shove. Great, we'll pick up an extra, 60 chips. And it flops okay. Flops pretty nicely here. So we're going to bet 38 chips, sounds good to me. Calls. Okay, 10 on the turn, which is good news. We do lose to a couple straights, but we improve to 2 pair. So we're beating quite a lot of hands now that Faco can have. They can have Jack 10, Jack 8, 10, 8. They can have 10-9, Jack-9, which is definitely not folding. Now they can have a 6 in there. And we're going to bet on the river. We're going to make it 187, I think is fine. And we see a fold, which is good. So we have a 2-1 chip advantage. Ace-8 we're willing to wager all the discs with here. With our pretty nice ace. Get a fold, which is cool. And we're going to keep the limps going. Oh, this hand sucks. If they decide to shove, it's like, ugh. It would hurt us so bad. But now we have a double gutter, so we can hit an 8 or a queen to make the best hand, plus we have an overcard. So I feel comfortable enough to bet. And they just fold. It's good. Blinds going up to 20 and 40. So Faco is a little bit on the ropes here. Down to 10 big blinds, but if they double up, I mean, we're tied. So it is certainly not over. We've seen that in this series. We've had people come back from like 50 chips before to beat us in a heads-up battle. So the game is not done yet. We limp, Faco raises, we fold. King 10, all right. Willing to wager all the discs here. See limp, I'm just gonna shove. Try and pick up these 80 chips. If they call, we'll get lucky. We're not too far behind usually. And yeah, called by a worse hand. Oh no, that's a 9. Give me a jack. Oh my god. No, now we're not in the chip advantage. That sucks. The 9 gets us King 10, King 9. It hurts. That's okay. We're still in this match, everyone, so don't worry about it. I'm going to fold the 10-4 to the raise. Pretty bad hand. I'm going to see a flop. 8-7-3. I'm going to start with a check back. 5 on the turn is great. Now we have an open-ended straight draw. We can hit a 9 or a 4 to make the best hand. I think we're actually good enough to bet here. So I'm going to bet 47 chips. Try and get called by a worse hand, like any 3, any 5. Some straight draws and flush draws may decide to call. But we see a fold, which is fine as well. And this hand sucks-ish. We're folding too many hands if we fold this hand. We can't 3-bet bluff, so I guess I'm just going to call. It's like not exactly sure what to do with it. Yes, it does seem like a wide hand, right? And if you're used to watching poker on TV, you're going to see Jack 4 and be like, why would you call? Jack 4 is terrible. I mean, we're only 2 people here, right? So the percentage chance that your hand has against, you know, another hand, especially when they're raising a lot of their hands, is pretty good. We see a lead for 80 chips here. I'm going to call. I have a gut shot. We can potentially bluff later in the hand. And they check on this king of clubs. I think we have to bet because we're not going to win with 9 high. Faco calls. Okay, we have the queen of spades in the river. And they shut. They probably just had a flush draw, or maybe they had jack 9 or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, we can't call. We're going to walk. Okay, so we have to come back for 344 chips here. We're going to fold the 8 deuce. Not going to be the 1. And a min raise. We will just call. We don't have to go all in, and we're definitely getting the right price with this hand. To try and just flop like anything, you know, like a gut shot, a pair, obviously, we're happy to go with. Check, check. We're not going to be doing any bluffing here. Not going to be doing any bluffing. Can we get lucky and make a comeback? This is not going to be the 1. So we're probably going to have to call this next hand. Hey, we got jacks. Don't fold, dude. Do not fold. Oh, my God. Oh, the pain of that fold, man. All in with jack 9. Called by king 9. What a disaster. Give me an 8. Give me an 8. That was a rough first spin and go. I'm not going to lie. That one hurt. We're going to move down to the $7 level. It's okay. We've been here before. We've made it back. And we're going to play for a min 14 against TikTok 22 and Sly Ellie from Canada. All right. We're going to have 2 chances at the $7 level here to get back to the 15s. If we win this, we can get back to the 30s today. It's possible. We have King Jack, and we're going to raise, because King Jack is nice. I like King Jack. Especially when we're only 3 ways, right? We're hardly against any people, so it's good news. Jack 7-5, great flop for us here. We're going to bet around 68 chips on this Jack 7-5, 2 hearts. With our top pair, a backdoor flush draw called by both opponents. I still think I have the best hand here. Still feeling pretty confident about our situation. And it goes check, check. I'm going to bet about 187 on this turn. Make it possible that we could be bluffing here. But I think we're getting a lot of money from Queen Jacks and Jack 10s and stuff like that. All sorts of draws are going to call us as well. And we're going to shove all in on the river. Against Sly Ellie, who calls, and they just have a 5. So we got them to call with not the best hand there. And now we take a commanding chip lead, 3-handed, to get back up. All right, we call the min raise. Sly Ellie is all in. And we have an open-ender, so we can hit a king or an 8 to make a straight. It's not the good part of the open-ender. If we had king-jack, we'd have an overcard as well, which is helpful. But it's still something. Check, check. There is no money in the side pot. So basically, we're playing for 120. And if we bet, we're betting for nothing. You know, we're betting to get this opponent out of the hand, but our jack high is probably not going to win against Ellie. So there's no reason to bet here. With our straight jaw, we're just going to check it down. 10-9 is going to take it. And we're heads up. We're heads up to get back to the 15ers. All right, I'm going to raise the ace-9. If they shove, it hurts. And we probably call. But they didn't, which is good. Because this is going to be a tough decision. We get a walk, which is cool. King-9, I raise against TikTok, who is going to call. And we flop 2 pair. Okay, we're running good now. We're running good now, fam. We're going to bet 45 chips here. It's King-9-3. TikTok raises to 90. Interesting. So we block them having a lot of good hands here. I think I'm just going to call. There are some bad turns for us, but I think we should just call. Then the deuce of clubs, you know, it's bad, but it's not terrible. I don't think they would just min-raise with flush draws most of the time, so I'm going to call it off. They have King-8, and we're going to take it down. There we go. We have won the $7 Spin&Go. We're back to the 15s for the last spinner of the day. That was short-lived. It's really good news. All right, and the $15 spinner, we got a $60 spin. Finally, no more mins. We got a 4x. Let's go against Parham, Jack-9 from Cyprus, and SZ Power from UK. So we're going to go SZ and Parham. That's what's up. We're playing for $60. The third one. All right, we got a friend of the stream, friend of the YouTube channel. Let's start with a bet here. 50 sounds good to me. All right, we get a call. King of Hearts on the turn. We're going to keep betting. This is a really good card for us and not great for them. It's a scare card, so I don't want to bet too much. Get another call and a 6 on the river, and I am going to put it all in now. Wager our 312 against their 312. And they fold on the river. Good fold, my friends. 4-9 is going to be a fold, but we have taken the early lead in this $15 King-Jack. We will raise. If Parham decides to go all in, we call, obviously. It's only going to be 100 chips more to win 202. I like those odds. So we call, expecting to be behind slightly usually, but we're actually tied here. So we're just going to chop it up. We're going to chop up this big blind. We each profit 10 chips. And 9 of hearts, 7 of hearts. They shove for 152. I think it's a call here. It's quite close, but with a suited sort of connected hand like this, we're usually going to have enough of a percentage against this shove. So I'm going to call for the 7 big blinds. They have 10-9. That's really bad news. That's going to push it back down to 546 chips. Not ideal. Yes, I know when we call, we're going to be behind almost all the time there, you guys. Not always, but almost all the time. The thing is, price, pot odds, you know? Those extra 30 chips that we're fighting for, I mean, we're not going to be behind very much, usually. We limp, we see a raise to 60. I think we get to call with the 10-6 suited. Connected and suited-ish enough, and we see 10-10-3. It's really good news, because we have trips, and we shouldn't have trips very often here, so I expect to get all the money quite frequently. Jack on the turn, we'll check. There goes check, check. 8 on the river. We should probably shove here. It kind of sucks because they're going to fold a lot, but we got to try. And I don't think they're the bluffing type where if we check, they're going to bluff a lot of their hands. They're usually just going to check it down, so we have to try and get the money. Does not happen. We're going to raise up the ace-8. The blinds are now 15 and 30. Same situation as before. We will call a shove from Parham if it comes in. But we just see a call, and now we're going to call the shove, which probably is happening, which it is, and we're behind a 9. No! We were doing so well. Oh my goodness, we're down to 452. That's sort of unlucky, but that's okay. On to the next one. We'll keep it going. 4 of hearts, 5 of spades. We are going to limp, I guess. Limp it in here. We see a flop, which is cool. We flop a 5. We could sort of semi-bluff our hand, but I don't think we should. We could decide to bet. The only thing with betting is it's hard to get called by a worse hand. Once they just bet 30, we'll call. We have bottom pair. We have about 5 outs to make 2 pair or 3 of a kind. Sometimes they're just bluffing as well. So we will call. The problem is, like, there's not very many good turns or rivers. We actually win, which is great. I don't think we're going to win very often there. They had 7 deuce. 7 deuce suited. We have ace-10 of clubs. Yes. All right. Fold. Nice. There we go. Okay. Ace-10 against ace-7. Are we going to hold? Come on, you guys. We need to hold. That's a great turn. Let's go. All right. We took them out. We are in the lead of this $15 Spin&Go, the last one of the day, trying to get up to the $30 level. Can we make it happen? Ace Jack of clubs is pretty nice. We're going to raise it up to 90 chips here against SZ, who limp calls, and we see a 10-9-5. I don't think our hand is even good enough to check here. We're going to bet like a 142. On the bigger side, there's a lot of draws and potential stuff out here. This is going to be one of the hands we bluff with. They call 6 on the turn. We're going to check. Check calling just really sucks on this flop. It's a little bit too coordinated. So we bet, and now they call because they had a piece of something, and then we check on the turn. We don't hit our ace or jack or queen or king that we can bluff, and we're out of here. We're going to limp with the king 9. We're at a slight chip disadvantage to SC power, but we can always come back. That's the dream. They check. We're going to bet 48 with our top pair and second nut kicker. They call. We see a 3 of hearts on the turn. This does hit some things for them, but I still feel like I have the best hand a lot of the time. So I'm going to bet 95 chips here. If they shove, it becomes a really difficult situation, but I still think we should bet. They call, and we have a queen on the river, and we have a tank. Interesting. Are they thinking about leading? They are. They bet 320. It's a little bit of an issue. It's definitely a problem. I assume they're going to go all in with 2 pairs and straights on the turn. Probably have to call. Just like not a line people take as a bluff very often, but I don't think we can fold. So we will call. They did have 4-7. They just called on the turn with the straight, which is, I mean, whatever. I mean, you should probably raise on the turn with the straight, but that's okay. And we're going to go all in with our queen jack for 3 big blinds, try and get the comeback trail going. Against 6-7, that's a 7 on the flop. There's a jack on the turn. All right, we're still alive. Up to 220 chips, but we have a long uphill battle ahead of us if we want to win this spin and go. Ace-7 against ace-deuce. Okay, we're ahead again. That is trip 7s. We need to dodge the spade. Dodge the spade we do. We're back to 440. The match is not over. Can we be comeback king? That's the dream. Momentum is on our side, which isn't a concept that really exists, but like, if it exists in people's mind and they play differently, then it does exist, right? So it feels like we have the momentum here. We pick up ace-jack, which is very strong, but they fold. No, don't fold. All right, we're going to limp the 4-5 against SZ, who is going to check. All right, and we flop a pair of 4s. No reason to bet here. Just check it back. 9 on the turn, they bet 80 into 80, which is quite interesting. They're going to be betting some draws, of which we block some of them. Even though I check back intending to call on the turn, I think I'm going to fold here because I just don't think they have very many bluffs. It's such a dry flop. We block some of their straight draws. I don't know if they're going to bet full pot with their straight draws. So I'm going to give it to them, move on to the next hand. They limp, we check. There's 7 of clubs, 5 of clubs, and we have a gut shot here. We can hit an 8. I don't think it's good enough to check raise, though. It's literally the worst draw on a very draw-heavy flop. So I'm just going to check folds. Queens, though. Can we get a double? Oh, we get a lock. No. We pick up 5 deuce. We're not running very good these last couple episodes, you guys. King 10. Please. Please, King 10. All right. We will rumble with you, my friends. Against King Queen. Not so good. We need a 10 or a queen. 10 or a queen. No, we needed a queen on the river. That's going to be it, you guys. Second place. So tomorrow we're going to be starting at the $15 level. Disappointing. We went down and up again, but we'll have one more shot to make it up to the 30s. If we lose, we're back down to the 7s. That's going to be the plan. If you guys like this video, let me know down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you made it this far. We're going to get back. I promise. We're going to make it happen. If you want to play with me on PokerStars, check out the link in the description. 25 cents all the way up to $100 is your options for Spin&Gos. Thank you so much for watching today, but until next time, we'll see you later.